And we are back at Up North at 4. We are here with Nate Shepard, who's the owner of Nate Shepard Media. Nate, thank you for coming on and joining us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Of course. So Nate Shepard Media, for those that don't know too much about your company and your business, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I'm kind of wearing two hats today. Obviously, Nate Shepard Media I do a lot of media, videography type stuff around the Northwoods, but then I also co-own the Hilgermann Center for Community with my wife, Andrea, and so that's a little bit what I'm here to talk about today. But yeah, a lot of times people ask me, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, it depends on the day and it depends on who's paying. So.
And on the event.
And the event, yeah. There's a lot of different things going on.
So where did the idea for this event come?
Yeah, so we're talking today about Culture Talks, which is just a little flyer here, but for a number of years, my wife and I, we've gone to conferences before where there's lectures on just about anything, astrophysics or pop culture references, or just all sorts of things that people are passionate about. And in recent years, we've definitely seen with just the ills of social media and the ways that some of us are not maybe communicating and connecting very well on those platforms, we found an increased need for us to find ways to be in person together, to have conversations, to learn about things, and to even talk about difficult things without losing our minds. And so that was some of the idea with this Culture Talks. This is a new monthly lecture series that we started at the Hilgermann, and the idea is that we want to engage with cultural, philosophical, and historical ideas in a very low stakes way. So we're just going to talk about it. We're not going to try and make you believe something or argue with you, but just let's learn and let's grow and let's share our different perspectives. And so this first round of lectures, the second one is actually tomorrow night, December 16th. And I have a background I have a degree in biblical studies, so I have a Christian religion background. So I figured if we're going to start this, I may as well start with something I actually have expertise in. And so this first round is just exploring the Christian religion, particularly in America. What are sort of the historical touch points? What are some of the things that people are talking about with this? And how can we just have a better understanding so that regardless of what perspective we're coming from, we can have healthier conversations about it. And so I already gave a lecture kind of giving an introduction. Tomorrow night, my wife will be giving a lecture on exploring the idea of Christianity as a state religion. So we have this phrase, separation of church and state, which has been a very vital phrase throughout American history. And so she'll be exploring where did that phrase come from and how do we see, throughout history, how this has played out. And then there's two more lectures, one in January and one in February, exploring different aspects of the Christian religion. But again, I'd love to be able to continue to expand it and explore anything from, AI generated art, talk about foraging for mushrooms, talk about just about anything that somebody might have an interest in exploring. We would love this lecture series to be a really broad and engaging community conversation.
And of course, we do have a little bit of a preview clip of you when you're talking about it, just to kind of show people out there and at home how it's kind of set up for the Culture Talk. Jordan?
That you would like me to say. There's a lot more of complexity to all of these ideas, but that's a rough shape, I think, of Christian idea. So these, again, very high level, somewhat ambiguous, but I've done that for a reason. I think this encompasses what the majority of Christians have believed throughout history, but there's a ton of stuff that's not on this list, and as I said, there's some, I think, depending on how you understand what is Christianity, there are some sort of offshoots that deviate from some of these core ideas.
Okay, so that's kind of the look and feel of the Culture Talks?
Yeah. So the idea is, very, very conversational, try to be very hospitable and inviting, and again, really trying to prioritize, let's have genuine conversations with each other, and ideally in person and in our own community here,
So once again, it's tomorrow.
So the next one is tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at the Hilgermann Center. It's free and open to the public. And then there will be one on January 6th and then one on February 3rd as well. And all of the information on that you can find at thehilgermanncenter.com/Culture Talks.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Nate.
Thank you. Thank you, Nate, so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
All right, we'll be right back after this break.